What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Call of Duty World War II on BlackTideTV. Before we get started, no, this is not the same gameplay you saw in yesterday's video, which will be linked in the description down below. These two games were actually back-to-back, somehow ending up on the same map, in the same lobby, with the same enemy team, and it's like they didn't have thumbs, so both games were flawless with the Volk, if I'm not mistaken. So, new gameplay, new topic today. Today's video goes out to @thegabe12 on Twitter. He sent me a nice Valentine's Day card from yesterday, so you can check that out on my Twitter page. I retweeted it at BlackTideTV. There's a link to that in the description as well. But without further ado, let's get into hidden variants in Call of Duty World War II. You guys wanted this one with a vote of 6-2, I believe, on Twitter. I asked you guys in advance what you wanted to see today. You wanted to see me rant about some variants, so I will not be including images of those variants in today's video, but I'll also be linking to a video from Tabor Hill, who I've worked with in the past. There is a link down below. He's shown off a bunch of the special hidden variants. Essentially, there is a glitch in the custom match lobby, so you can go into a friend's custom match lobby, and then you have to find a variant that you have a collection of, that you haven't completed the collection. There's a bunch of steps. But when you go in, you can actually back out to the collections menu, and you can see all of the available variants for any given weapon in Call of Duty World War II. And there are a lot more variants in this game than you might have thought. And it's always been strange how certain weapons, there is a Mark II, a heroic variant of something, but there isn't a Mark I. Or say for the PPSH, there's the Iron Curtain Mark I. But when you get that PPSH, it shows you the picture of the Mark II as if there is a Mark II in the game, but you can't get access to that Mark II in supply drops, or you can't yet. However, if you go through this custom games glitch, you can see all of the variants in the game, including like the Iron Curtain Mark II, including a ton, an absolute ton of weapon variants that aren't even in the game at all. We're talking Marks 1 and 2 of the weapons that you can currently get the other of. So if you can only get the heroic, there are epic variants of those heroics somewhere else in the game. There are heroic variants of the only epics that you can get in the game. There's a Mark 1 and 2 of every single variant, and there are variants that you haven't even seen before, and some of these variants are incredibly cool. You've got the grease gun, I think it's called the Rosie, and it's inspired by Rosie the Riveter. It looks like a rivet gun. It's got the craziest iron sights. There is the dive bomb, which is an MG-15. It's got like this shark pattern on the front, like the front of what you might see on an airplane or something in World War II. There are so many cool variants. Of course, there are more variants that suit the themes of the variants currently in the game. So you can get, there are variants that are kind of grayish with a green, and then they've got yellow writing. That's one style of variant that you'll see on a lot of weapons. There's a golden black on most weapons, and then there are custom variants for each weapon. But you can pretty much see a variant of each of the styles, the main styles. Every weapon has one, even if you can't use them in online multiplayer yet. It's really the biggest thing that drives me nuts about this is those variants that we don't even have access to. Like, for example, the M1 Garand, I believe it's called the Independent. It's got this American flag on there. There is the 1911 American, which again has an American flag, and all of these variants have custom, unique in specs. Like the 1911 American, it spins all around your hands. You can use these weapons in the firing range in the custom games through this glitch. So all of these weapons are built, they're done, they are in the game code, the inspect animations, the weapons themselves, and they all function perfectly, and they're hidden behind some hidden paywall that no one has access to. I don't know if it's corporate greed or if it's because of the historical accuracy of the game. So far, they're trying to keep everything very historically accurate, even with adding in new weapons. There's been talks of changing up the chrome camouflage and adding in new camouflage patterns. But then again, they're like, I don't know if that's historically accurate. And some of these other variants, the ones that we don't have access to, are crazy looking. There is a Panzerschreck where half of the Panzerschreck is painted bright yellow and there's a heart on it, and then the other half is painted a different color, and it's like, it looks super cool. And the same thing with the Rosie the Riveter grease gun. It looks like a rivet gun or something. It doesn't look like a weapon. So these are wacky, crazy variants that you would see in Infinite Warfare, and not the kind of variants that we've come to expect from Call of Duty World War II. But I'm still interested to see what happens with these variants. I really hope that they are implemented into the game at some point. They are in the game already. It's not like they have to work on these at all. They literally have to click a button and allow them into the supply drop system, or they can add in new collections. I don't know if they're going to come in the future as a new seasonal event, if we'll be able to complete collections and get these new variants, or if they're just going to drop them all into supply drops. They might just keep them behind this hidden paywall for the entirety of this game, and then day one of Black Ops 4, whatever comes next year, they might just say, oh, by the way, here's 500 extra variants that you can get now. So it drives me nuts, and I want to hear your opinion in the comment section down below. Check out the link and you can see some of those variants. They look very, very cool. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video.